I have a confession to make. I hated making this video. I have fricked around with this video for at least a good 4 days. And I don't know why. I just can't get motivated. I keep getting distracted, keep doing other things and trying to come back to it. And I've got a lot of little clips and screen recorders and screenshots and just like overwhelmed and inundated with information and trying to figure out how to cut it all down and sew everything up in a nice little package to present in some kind of watchable format here. And I've done this so many times before, I don't know why this one is giving me such grief. Let me explain what I'm talking about. About 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, I believe it was on June the 16th, I got a notification. Well, let me back up a little more. I've been following a certain account on Instagram. I've been following Tiffany Dover's Instagram account. And back when she first went missing and her social media was kind of put out there, and everybody ran to her social media and started asking her questions and leaving comments. And I was one of the ones that went over because I was doing research on it. And I followed her Instagram. And a little bit after that, whoever is running the account put it on private, so nobody else could follow it. So I was kind of glad I got in there before they did that, because once they put it on private, if you didn't follow it already, you have to have an approval to follow the account. So I was going through her account and who she was following and reading a bunch of comments and, just keeping an eye on it. The last post that she made was, I think, December or January or February, I'm not sure which, of 2021. And the account has just sat there with no activity on it. And so, imagine my surprise Thursday when I get a notification from Instagram. And when I pulled the drop-down menu down, it said, Tiffany Dover is live. So I got a notification that Tiffany Dover went live for a live stream. And I'm like, what? So I clicked the notification to take me to Instagram. And I land right in the middle of a hacker doing the live stream. And apparently the hacker had actually done his first live stream on the 15th, the day prior to that. But I didn't get a notification for some reason. So I got it on the second day. And I didn't check today, but for 4 days now, he's had her account. And it's really weird and strange that Instagram hasn't done anything about it. And there's been people that have reported that the account has been hacked and is being held hijacked by this guy. But they're leaving it up and they haven't done anything about it, which is really strange. It's not really strange if you think about what is probably going on, that, it's all supposed to happen and Instagram is just playing their part and it's a show and it's part of the show. He's a foreign guy, and another thing that's strange is that his own private Instagram, somebody found out, who he was, and the hacker actually pinned his comments in the live stream that let everybody know his personal Instagram so you could go follow him. And on his Instagram account, it says Albania. He's Albanian, but I don't know, because I'm not good with accents and I'm not good with language. There's multiple times during his live streams that he's spoken in some kind of language with somebody, but like I said, I'm not good with accents or languages. Everybody was arguing over where he's from, Brazil or Israeli or Middle Eastern. Some people were even saying he was Russian. Definitely doesn't look Russian, but anyway, I don't know. And he was even inviting people on the live streams. If you wanted to go on the live stream, he was having people come on the live stream with him. And it's kind of strange because this truther account that I'd never heard of before, called The Matrix Decoded, the guy that runs that account, it's a black dude, and he was actually invited to come on a live stream a couple of times and talk to this guy. I will show you a video clip of that when I get done rambling about it. But I actually recorded 4 of the live streams when I would go check IG. Usually when I was on there, they would start live streaming again. I only actually got 1 notification. The rest of the time I was just on there and we'd go check and they were live streaming. So I got 4 screen recordings of live streams, but the problem was they were like 30 minutes, 27 minutes, 19 minutes. They were too long, and there was no way I was going to be able to show all of that. So I was trying to just break it up in a couple of minutes here and a couple of minutes there from each one. But there really wasn't anything, you know, that I thought would be of interest to share with you guys. A lot of it was just clowning around, them joking and laughing, and just, stringing people along. There was a few instances where they would show, supposedly direct messages, background, what do you call that? The DMs, her private messages, there you go, that she had. And he was trying to say the last messages that were sent out from the account were as late as this past January. But they don't put the date as far as the year, so you don't really know. And also because he's got a hold of the account and there's another guy involved, they could have easily typed those messages out themselves. I mean, who knows? Like I said, it's all a bunch of crap anyway. It's all part of the show. It's to get people distracted and to get them talking. He actually also created a Telegram group. He announced, I have hacked this account, and if you want to know the truth, and he leaves a Telegram link that you can go join the Telegram group. I don't have an account on Telegram, and I'm not going to make an account on Telegram, so I haven't been in that group. And basically, from what I've heard from other people that have been, he's not really sharing much. He was actually trying to sell the account. He started the price at $500, and then at one point he changed it to $2,000, and then at another point he had raised it to like $10K. And everybody's like, well, if you don't know if she's dead or alive, obviously you don't have any information, worth spending $10,000 to buy the account. And so once people were saying that, he was acting like, well, wait a minute, I do have some truth nuggets here. I have some video footage, and I've got proof. And the hacker is saying that he believes that she's alive. And so, like I said, it's just a circus. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody mentioned on, I think it was like the second day during one of the live streams, that CNN was reporting on it. The hacker was mentioning Alex Jones. I don't know if anybody has been talking about this. I haven't exactly been, looking at other truther channels to see if anybody's talking about it. I don't follow Alex Jones. I don't know if he's mentioned it. I don't watch CNN, so I don't know if they've reported on it. I really honestly don't know. And so I'm just going to run a few of the clips that I cut it down to, a couple of minutes. I also looked on Google when I saw that somebody had mentioned that CNN was reporting on it. I went to Google to type in Tiffany Dover Instagram hacked, and a YouTube channel came up that actually shared one of the live streams, or a portion of one of the live streams. And so I went ahead and downloaded that, and I'm going to share that with you. And I will leave a link, like I always do, to the channel that it came from. And in that video, the black guy that I was talking about, the truther account on IG called Matrix Decoded, in that video that he downloaded, or that the guy screen recorded, you'll see him talking in that video. So I didn't capture a lot of, really good stuff when I screen recorded. It seemed like it was just them playing around a lot. But apparently this guy got a little bit better footage, so I'm going to roll his footage. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to share. I was actually going to do a follow-up to Tiffany Dover, because if you guys remember on my main channel, I had done some videos about her, and I was going to do a follow-up video. And I've actually got a library or an album that I've got all this stuff saved to that I was going to use, that I had collected to make a video. And other things more important kept coming up that I decided to do videos on, so it got kind of pushed to the back burner. And with all the other stuff that was happening, I thought, if I make a video about Tiffany Dover, people are going to be like, why are you reporting about that? I just didn't think it was anything anybody was interested in. And so it just kept getting pushed to the back burner. And then December the 18th was actually the first year anniversary, the 1 year anniversary since she had taken the shot and fainted on national television. So I actually started to do a video then. Thinking, well, at least I'd have a reason to actually, bring that back out and do a video about it. But I just didn't really feel like it was anything that anybody really was still interested in, so I never ended up doing the video. I can share my thoughts with you real quickly about what I feel about it, but it shouldn't really come as any surprise or any news to anybody that I'm going to say the same thing about her as I said about George Floyd and what's his face? Gosh, I went blank and can't remember his name. Kyle Rittenhouse. You remember I did a video about that. And when people are, speculating whether she's dead or alive, well, she's not alive as far as being a real person. Tiffany Dover was never alive. So it's not a matter of her being alive or dead. Tiffany Dover, as we know her, didn't exist. She was a crisis actress, just like Kyle and George. And I firmly believe that. Back when I was doing research on her, I had gone to her Instagram account, and I went through who she was following on her account. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to roll that footage. This is from about a year or so ago. Okay, you're going to hear a slight change in the audio because I'm not using my voice recorder that I usually do when I record the audio for the video. I'm on a screen recorder so I can show you. I'm here on Tiffany's Instagram. She has, as you can see, up to 4,600 followers. I'm sorry, 46,000 followers. She probably would have had more, but they set it to private. So if you got in and followed her before they set it to private, you still have access to her account. And because I was doing so much research on her, I followed her. And I got in before they made it private. But I'm on here to show you. You hit the accounts that she's following. You scroll down. And right here, where it says cat, casting all talent. This is an account she was following. Casting All Talent, a Georgia-based casting service. Click the link below for more info and to sign up for paid extra work. Okay, so I'm going to go down. Just hit, I don't know, a random one. There was one I found the other day. It says, now casting. Hospital staff, patients, visitors. Apply at castingalltalent.com. This is on Tiffany Dover's Instagram. It's one of the accounts she was following. She worked at the Chattanooga, Tennessee CHI Memorial, but she lived in Georgia and she commuted. And this is here in Georgia. No real life experience needed. Probably a good thing, being that she wasn't really a nurse. Okay, again, that was a screen record I did about a year or so ago when I was going to do the follow-up video that never got made. Because of the magic of video making, I'm doing this 3 hours later. I started the video and then I stopped it to show that screen record, and 3 hours has gone by. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning. Believe me when I tell you, I've had one distraction after the other. And I'm getting ready to just say, forget it about doing this video. I'm just, get done with this thing and be done. And that's why this video is going to be a little longer than my usual videos, because I'm dumping everything in this one video. Because I'm not going to do another video about Tiffany. So I'm trying to get everything in this one video, so bear with me. So I don't have to come back and do a follow-up to this. But what I wanted to say about the screen record that I just showed is the cat, calling all talent agency. They put stuff like that. They put stuff like that in there on purpose. They put these little nuggets everywhere, so people like me, people who are awake, and people who are searching for things can find it. They know the average, person in the masses or whatever isn't going to pay attention to stuff like that. They're not going to notice stuff like that. And so they'll put little nuggets out there. And just like they put the so-called death certificate up on searchquery.com and then took it down on ancestry.com and took it down. It's just all things for people to speculate and, keep the conspiracy going, whether she's alive or whether she's dead. The question is not whether she's alive or dead, because as I've said, Tiffany Dover as a person never existed. Just like I said with George, and like I said with Kyle. I don't understand why people don't get that yet. It's the same playbook that they use over and over again. And they use it over and over again because it works. Anyway, one of the reasons it took me so long to come back and record again was because I was looking for another screen recorder that I took of her daughter. And if memory serves me correctly, because it's been a long time, I want to say she was like on a checkerboard floor, and there was a chalkboard behind her with a bunch of writing, and she was holding a balloon, and she let the balloon go. It was like a helium balloon, and the balloon had a Q on it. And I don't know if the Q was on the actual balloon or if it was behind her on the chalkboard. I don't remember the details. But it's almost as if to say another psyop. There's a lot of symbology and a lot of hidden messages or things for people to decode in the posts that are on her Instagram page. Another thing that I noticed is that they took most of that stuff down. The account is basically a shell of what it used to be. There's hardly anything left. They've taken most of the posts down. I mean, there was a ton more on there the last time that, when I was doing my research for the video. They also, not only did they delete a bunch of the posts, but they also disabled the comments. And on most of the posts that she had on there was, 1,500 to 2,000 some odd comments on each post. And now they've only got one post that you could post comments on, and all those other comments are gone. I found that interesting. But, it's a government-run, maybe CIA, I don't know, page. It's exactly what it is. And the fact that it's been quote unquote hacked for 4 or 5 days and Instagram has done nothing about it. I mean, come on. Like, they're just going to allow that page to be hacked and hijacked by somebody, and they're not going to do anything about it. Probably because it's supposed to be seen, and they're just playing their part. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me what's going on. And the question shouldn't be, is she dead or alive? Come on. The question should be, when and if they're going to trot her back out in the public eye again. I would not be surprised if they do that. So once again, they can point to all the conspiracy theorists and quote truthers and make you look like an idiot. And you know, there's never one reason why they do this stuff. It's multifaceted reasons. One is to make truthers look like idiots. It's a ritual. There's numerous reasons why they do these things. And speaking of that, a long time ago after this first happened, there was a website, I don't remember the name of it, but it was under a Russian Vids video. There was a comment by a user named Eden, and they spelled their name E-D-N, and they had a lion as a profile picture. And I'm going to read what they wrote, if you don't mind. I've had this for a while. And I actually wrote it down on paper, and I'm going to read it to you. And I'll actually probably play the video of Tiffany. I'll probably turn the sound off because I'm going to be reading. But I'll just let that play in the background as I read this. Now, I tried to look for some of the stuff that he was pointing out here. I don't know if they had a better quality video to look off of than what I've got here. But we're just going to go with what I've got. So the title of the video was Nurse Passes Out on Live TV After Receiving CV-19 VAC Freemason 33 mic. Okay, and this is the comment that was left under that video by Eden. The hospital is Chi Memorial, which is on the back wall. Chi is a life force, energy, and breath. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. When they actually say the hospital, from what I understand, is they just say CHI. So the local folk and people that actually know the hospital, they just call it CHI. But when you look at it, it looks like the word Chi. So we'll continue. A memorial is a remembering of the past or mourning the loss of something or someone. This vaccine is a killer of the Chi energy. The word chimera is found in the lettering of Chi Memorial. The remaining letters spell moil, which means a removal of something. A chimera is a combining of two or more species. Her name is Tiffany Dover. Dove, as in peace. Peace is fading or fainting away. Notice how her watch is on her wrist, pointing out towards the camera. And it says 414. The Masonic 414 is directly related to Hermeticism, sorry, I can't say that word, Hermeticism, which is the belief in changing nature, including the body, by means of magic arts and science. She's wearing a ring and necklace, which I can't make out. The first names of both of the two men that come to her aid is Mark. 2 M's equal 33. Mark Anderson and Mark Toe. However, the badge says Mark Toe, but his name in the interview is Lee Hamilton from other video sources. His picture at the hospital website shows a slim-looking man, but the man in this video is overweight. Because of the mask, I can't positively identify him. Again, I'm going to stop here, because I know that the average person is not going to pay attention to he's overweight here, he's not here. Oh, they call him Lee Hamilton in the interviews, but on the hospital website, his name is Mark Toe. You know, just like they use the same children's pictures and two dads and the same name or a different name, because they know that the average person is not going to notice these little details. Okay, back to the comment. Because of the mask, I can't positively identify him. His ID tag says intensivist, intensive care specialist, and hospitalist. He has the number 22 tattooed on his lower right arm. In his upper right arm, where they injected him, there is a script writing, like hieroglyphics or Japanese script or some ancient script. In the Bible, Mark chapter 2, which is a rearrangement of the name Toe, T-O-W, Mark Toe, Mark chapter 2, verse 22, says this, And no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine doth burst the bottles, and the wine is spilled, and the bottles will be marred. But new wine must be put into new bottles. This could be a reference to the DNA altering vac. This man on the right is then seen looking up and out in the direction of the audience. It's as if he is cueing those who's watching. The camera then lands on another cameraman, who is very awkward. He acts strangely and tries to hide. Also, some of the people are wearing a black mask under their surgical mask. The ceiling is the Masonic checkerboard pattern, and as others have said, there is the microphone with a 33 on it, and its Masonic orange windbreak. The hospital is located in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 2 T's and 2 N's is 2020, and 1414, which is Hermeticism, in the year 2020. And that was the comment. So I don't know if they had a better video that was showing the cameraman trying to hide. Maybe they had a more extended, more clear shot video than I had. But I thought that was a pretty good breaking down of the video. So it's obviously was a ritual of some kind. Yeah, they love to perform their rituals. Okay, we are on a new day. It is now Monday, June 20th. I recorded that second part of the audio, like I told you, 3 hours after I stopped the first audio. And then it just got to be too late. It was like 3 in the morning, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to sleep. And my goal was to finish the video yesterday or scrap it, because I'm just getting too tired of working on this. I've had so many distractions trying to get this video put up that I'm getting really frustrated. And I didn't want it to carry over to a new day, but here we are. And so we left off with the comment that I shared from a user named Eden. And he was breaking down an esoteric meaning of the symbology that was on the video of Tiffany fainting. He was showing that it was a ritual. And whether you agree with everything that he said, or you could see it in my version of the video, doesn't mean that there's not an esoteric meaning and that it wasn't a ritual, because it was. I went through and did another screen record last night of what is left on her account, and there's not a lot. They've wiped most of it. So I went ahead and did just a quick, maybe a couple minutes, and I'll put that on toward the end of the video somewhere for those interested in seeing that. But that was all that was left. And there's a few little odd things, like in the video where she's, I guess I can just roll it now. There's a video where she's being a mama Razzi, she says. She's following her teenage daughter
Yeah, it is. You're the cutest girl I've ever seen. I can't help but I'm obsessed with you. Stop. Yeah, it is. You're the cutest girl I've ever seen. I can't help but I'm obsessed with you. Stop.
Caption is out with my lady love, which I think that's kind of strange to refer to your daughter and to be obsessed, as she's saying, I can't help it, you're the cutest girl I've ever seen. I'm obsessed with you. And then she flashes to a building that's got a number on it. And for you guys that break down numbers, and maybe you can figure out what they're signaling there, but it was kind of odd that she flashed to that number and then she went back to her daughter. So those are kind of things I'm talking about that was all through the account. Another thing that they wanted to do when they set up that page was, like I said, they wanted to create these little nuggets of information. So when you go in, people like me that research, and they go in and they see, oh, that cat casting talent agency looking for medical extras or medical workers. They leave little nuggets like that. And they were also trying to create a psyop inside of a psyop and get people going down all these different rabbit holes. So that's why they would post pictures of pizza. There was one with her son eating a piece of pizza. There was another one with a pizza where they were pulling it up and down, and they were kind of looping the video. It was kind of strange. And then in some of the comment sections of some of her past posts where she was, quote, still alive, there was really strange comments back and forth to each other about shoe sizes, and I like your shoes, and what color the shoes came in, and the different sizes. She's like, oh, well, if you like these shoes, they come in like a 9, an 8, a 7, and different colors. And it was just really strange, you know, comments like that to make people think, oh, this was a sex trafficking thing. And so that became another psyop and whispers in different, you know, sectors of the truth community. I didn't really see any myself, but I did see a lot of comments speculating that. They would put together, okay, there's pizza, they're showing us pizza. And if you remember the Wayfair thing, how they were speaking in code. And so they would put these comments like that with the shoe size and color. And it would create a whole nother psyop inside of a psyop. Remember, I used to talk about the nesting cups or stacking cups, where it's just one thing inside of another that gets people distracted even further and gets them going down all these different rabbit holes. Meanwhile, this woman never existed. She was a created character, just like I told you with Kyle and George. So the answer is not, or the question shouldn't be, is she still alive? The question should be, like I said before, is when are they going to trot her back out, when or if they're going to trot her back out in the public eye, so everybody can go, oh, see, she is alive. And then it makes the truther community or the conspiracy theorist community look like idiots. So you kind of see what's going on here. And this whole hacking thing could be a launch pad for them to bring her back out. I don't know that yet. So anyway, I'm going to just roll what I have left on screen records of her Instagram account. And then I'm going to end with one of the live streams that somebody else captured. I was talking about this other YouTube channel that I found. And I'm going to roll their clip. And in that clip is the guy that the hacker, quote, hacker had come on and join the live stream. And it was a black dude. And he goes by Matrix Decoded on Instagram. So I actually went and followed his account. And I haven't really had time to go in and look through his account and see what he's about. But he was invited on several live streams and was breaking it down, you know, somebody that has knowledge. He could be part of the show, or he could be, you know, a legit truther guy. I don't know. I haven't had time to go through his page. All of this other stuff has taken me so much time that I just didn't have time to do it. And I really wanted to get this video out, so, you know, I might look into him further sometime down the road. But anyway, he's included in the video, so I'm going to put that at the end of the video. So, unless I left anything out, and I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that I've left out, I'm done with this whole subject. I just want to let you guys know where I stood on it. I wanted to let you know that they're doing another sideshow with the whole hacking of her account. And as far as I'm done, case closed. So, unless anything else, you know, develops that I feel is worthy of talking about, I'm done. So, anyway, without further ado, let's roll the clip and be done with this.